How's it? Hang loose. Okay. Headlines again. Newspaper time again. Okay. I was gonna just, make a few of these, but I think I have to see the story through. It's really in the news about when Hawaii is gonna reopen its trans-Pacific flights, so tourists and visitors can come over and enjoy Waikiki and drive North Shore and whatever snorkeling stuff and all kind of stuff. Okay. So many times. It reminds me of AIDS. When I hit the newspaper headlines, back when Reagan was president, tear down the wall. Actually, before he said that, AIDS came like a plague, and nobody knew anything about it. That's what made it ultimately so scary. Initially, no one knew anything about it. So it was in the newspaper 1985. That's when I walked my pet dinosaur for you little ones. It was 1985. It's like every day in the newspaper, AIDS, something about AIDS. Oh, man. Well, glad they got something done about that. But the point is, no one knew anything about it. And then the other one, I won't even mention it. It was a TV trial that lasted all year on TV. Okay. Back to the news. The state preps for visitors. That's right. The lieutenant governor did say pre-testing, and you can skip the 14-day quarantine. Not test when you get here, test before. Go to your local CVS or ABC store. No, ABC. Long's Drugs, CVS. Look up CVS, they're everywhere. Thousands in the mainland, are all over. Okay. The local headlines here, right? You got a nice little picture of Waikiki, Rural Hawaii, no, not Rural Hawaii. The Moana surf rider. Anyways, all this front page stuff is from one visitor guy in Reno, Nevada. One Shane Talbot. So Shane, if you're watching this, if you ever watch this, kudos to you for coming to Hawaii all the time. Seriously, enjoy the stuff and have fun. Bring your family, your friends, and whatnot. Bring your dog, but have as much fun as you can. Hey, move here, whatever. I'm not poking fun at you so much as this paper has everything is from one visitor. Oh my gosh. So it tells of his he booked trips to Maui. He's excited to learn about the thing, but it tells about when he was here during the pandemic spreading and people trying to put things in place, because initially Hawaii didn't have too many people infected and it was just cruise liners, and now they got, I don't know, they have to think about the airlines mostly, but it should be all travelers. People should know that. I don't know if they have that in place technically. Gotta watch out. So the whole headline, and then he tells of his story of when he was here, I guess on Maui, I'm not sure, but he was on the islands, and then for a few days it was okay, and then like 6 days, and then underneath the note, they got the note under the door. The note, fuck you. Stay in your room. Don't come out. It's a zombie apocalypse. They slipped a note under his door, and he had to stay quarantined inside his hotel room, and they quickly just booked a flight, back, and so he's like, I think is welcoming, yeah. So he was talking about our lieutenant governor, who's actually a medical doctor too. Listen to the doctor. What's up, doc? Talbot worries that families could be taking a chance if the state don't expand the testing window. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you're out there watching this, I actually doubt you are, because I have so little. I have a number of subscribers. Let me just take a side note. A number of subscribers, and I do appreciate you subscribing. I'm going to try and build up numbers, yeah? And views, yeah, and views are down, really small level. So view, subscribe, view, hit the like, man. It's free. It's free. Don't cost, but just pump up my numbers, yeah. Because I'm just starting. I'm going to have all kinds of stuff right now. I admit I don't have a theme or a niche. I'm just doing what I can and adding content. It's probably going to be some more educational thing. And be on the lookout for Macbeth. But we're going to be doing it via Zoom. Zoom Macbeth. The Scottish play. The Scottish business. Backers. Anyways, back to Mr. Shane Talbot, reoccurring expert, apparently, thanks to the newspaper, but reoccurring visitor to Hawaii, and we do thank you, Mr. Talbot. Obviously, things must work out some bugs, but Talbot worries that families could be taking a chance if the state doesn't expand the testing window. They're desperately trying to expand the testing thing. They're trying to expand how to get people back. You can see it in their eyes. They want it back. They're fishing up the 21 containers out of Hilo Bay, so they'd be serious. They have a lot of families that live, residents of Hawaii, that live or been in Hawaii on the mainland, and they want to come back. Family, they want to come back, and they're thinking of their opening, I think, the flights to, you can get on board if you haven't been tested, but when you come here you're quarantined 14 days. So for families, that's better than nothing. That's okay, but that's risky too. But then the people that come over have to be pre-tested, proof positive, negative, in order to skip the 14-day quarantine. But even stuff like that is slightly sketchy. It doesn't catch everything. So everyone gotta still be careful. Wear the mask, keep the social distance, wash your hands, soap bubbles in your hands. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. That's 2 times, happy birthday to me. Or sing a different song. Yeah, mother. The Reagan Exorcist song. That's another video. We'll get into that. Serious topics later. And there'll be more on the mind control series too. Anyhow, wash your hands, keep social distancing, because this is a good thing. This is stuff they probably did in the Middle Ages. You know what they did in the Middle Ages? Middle Ages. I had to take medieval history. Don't feel sorry for me, but I took medieval history. I thought it was one crusade. No. One crusade in the Black Plague. No. Medieval history. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. But you know what they did in the medieval times? When the Black Plague rolled into town, they just had a little saying, and they told everybody else, take a quick trip to the country and take a long time coming back. the Middle Ages. I mean, you're talking, King Richard the Lionhearted stuff, So they head for the hills and take a long time, be very slow. So be very cautious about this reopening. They're reopening some stuff. So they reopened bars, I just found out, in Hawaii. So, hey, drink that. So, my God, open the gates. Who let the dogs out? So people are going to be going all over the place, wild. Oh, it's open. But it doesn't mean everything's back to normal. No. So anyways, and now,
a lot on our Facebook page. So this one is coming from Grace, but again, a lot of residents have been commenting about this. Grace says, so testing is not required for everyone who's going to visit, so those who got a negative result will be mixed with those who didn't get tested inside the plane. So basically, a lot of residents have been commenting, well, if someone gets a test that's negative and someone else chooses not to get a test and chooses to quarantine instead, they'll be mixed in the same airplane.
Grace is right. Everyone else is right. However, the risk is extremely, extremely low. As we've seen, we've had evidence now that with a 14-day quarantine, if someone's going to actually take that upon themselves, it's a tiny number of people willing to travel, 0.4% of our versus 99.6% who refuse to travel. So now it would be much, much safer, actually. The people will be a tiny number that don't get tested. And if we've also seen no evidence that people are transmitting it on planes. Utterly low risk. 1 out of 376 people in the recent study showed that they were asymptomatic travelers that didn't have a test. So you might have one person out of every 2 flights that falls into that category, but very, very few that are positive. So I wouldn't worry too much, but having this test will give us another layer of security so we don't bring COVID into the state. That's the overall premise within 3 days of travel.
All right, another viewer is asking on our KHON2 Facebook page. El Masa says, why August 1st? Is there some magic to the first day of the month? Why not July 13th or August 3rd?
Well, August 1st is, there were some significant markers. First of all, we had to have a date, and I was working on 2 dates for a long time, July 15th and August 1st. August 1st gave us 5 full weeks to get the plan together, and I'm having meetings today with CBS and all of their executives. We also are trying to get Walgreens aboard. I think they will come aboard and also be a testing source on the mainland, maybe Kaiser also, many others, to make sure these tests are available. And when I say available, I mean really available. We want them so that people can get them within 3 days and bring the risk down so steeply that we don't really worry about bringing travelers back because they just won't have COVID for the most part. Now, August 1st also has some significance because it is an economics question. We know that health is first. Absolutely, keeping our kupuna safe is first. But I will say this. Unemployment runs out on the federal side on July 31st. We are facing an economic cliff which will prevent so many other things that we need from happening, like keeping our schools open, keeping our hospitals open. So we had to get a date. August 1st was a clean date, gives me enough time to get things ready, and economically we're in deep trouble if we go much longer.
James and Tyrissa Barco asks, what about testing when you land or even in the air on your last leg of your flight?
Interesting questions, and we gamed all of these things out. Testing upon arrival, if we did, say, half of what we normally do, we normally get 30,000 travelers a day. Historically, now let's say we get 15,000. If we were to try to test upon arrival, we only have the capability to do 5,000 tests per day statewide. That would be 15,000 people, so it was functionally impossible. Now, could you ramp that up? It's very difficult to ramp that up to, say, 15,000. Also, you'd be talking about a mandatory quarantine then for a day or more as you awaited those results. So it wasn't practical. This will decrease the risk by about 80% that anyone is carrying COVID and coming into the state. We already are expecting low numbers by percentages, and we're going to watch where the surges are, because if there are terrible surges, needless to say, the governor is going to take that into account as to, how actively we can bring people back. So all these things are being considered, but testing on a plane or upon arrival is almost impossible.
Another KHON2 viewer is asking on our social media page. His name is Larry Moreno Jr. So we still quarantine after July 31st if no test before boarding. How long is that going to last? End of the year?
Well, I will say this. The governor is going to continue to give updates on that, and he's been doing them basically a month at a time. There is no doubt at all that is going to be extended to the end of August, likely beyond. But the goal is to be able to bring people safely, and they will not have to quarantine, provided they get a test. So we're providing the lever that we have, which is forcing people to do quarantine legally, and that includes our own people coming back, of course, and giving them a way out of it if they're safely negative with the test. So it's a balance of healthcare, safety, and ultimately having our economy going so people can afford to live.
All right, thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor, for joining us once again on this Aloha Friday and answering some of these viewer questions. Great questions that a lot of people have.
If we look a little bit at the Big Island Mayor, Harry Kim, you seen him in the big guy, talk at the beach. Big Island Mayor, express concerns, allowing visitors to bypass quarantine. He wants to take the CARE Act funds, which is a specific thing which is funded, by the state. There's money in there. Wants to take the CARE Act funds and develop a database to keep track of visitors in real time. Well, I refer to my mind control in the implant video. We're going to track you like sheeple. Sheeples are everywhere. We know where they are. The Big Island here. The mayor's going to have this screen, and it's going to be a radar. There's going to be little blips. Beep, 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 beep. It's going to be tracking. What are they going to do? They're going to track people. I got you. I see you. Big brother watching you, man. Still, yeah, mask, social distance, Akabite, that's smart. Okay. He says, Mayor Kim, Big Island, we're already seeing ass. We're seeing ass. We're already seeing ass. Yeah, baby, bikinis. Hey, there's some nude beaches. I ain't telling you where they are. Some of them went downhill. One of them I know for sure. We're adding more flights. We're already seeing airlines add more flights. We need to get ready for more visitors. Okay. So, here's some other people who are anticipating this reopening thing. And here we go. Jack Richards, President and CEO. Can you be CEO and President? These corrupt corporations. No, he's the President and CEO, so he's the head of the board of Pleasant Holidays. Pleasant Holidays? It doesn't say incorporated. Pleasant, yeah. If you have a pleasant holiday, thank your CEO. Sorry, I can be, I'm cynical when it comes to big corporation. Okay. Except for Elon Musk, he's my hero. He's cuckoo. He's great. Elon to Mars. Okay, here we go. Jack Richards, President and CEO of Pleasant Holidays, said pent-up demand for travel is very, very high in Southern California, and we expect to see a fairly significant increase in bookings over the next 30 days. Oh yeah, hotel. Inside the tourist industry is the big hotel industry, yeah? There's a name for it, but whatever. Excursion, travel, I should have been a business major. I always thought business majors were weenies, but man, business majors now are stay in school. At least learn all the time when you can. Okay. And learn from mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I digress. I breathe. Jack Richards, president of Pleasant Holidays. However, Richards said, he's trying to get people off the fence because they're like, testing, not testing. I don't know, man. They got testing going on over here. At least the people are being conscientious about it. So kudos to the Kama'ainas, people living here. Akamai. Trying to teach us some touristy Hawaiian. Well, there's actual Hawaiian words, and those are actual Hawaiian words. They're just used a lot. Richards, that's Jack Richards of Pleasant Holidays. Have a nice flight. He's trying to get people off the fence by offering a flat rate, $99 cancellation for any reason travel. $99 cancel for any reason you can cancel. Protection plan gives visitors who decide not to travel 100% of their package price back. In future travel credits. That's why he's president and CEO. So there you got it. A little more update on the reopening stuff in here in Hawaii. Expect to see spikes, like they say. Listen to the real doctors. Like seriously, when you travel, if they give a mixed thing, like people who get tested, people who don't get tested, and they're all on the same airplane, is that Akamai? Anyhow, be smart, hang loose, for sure, because hang loose, you'll be more happy. Aloha.